Cera Imani's love with Khalif Kairo has sparked a lot of conversation online, and recently she was able to speak for the first time about all the things that have been happening on social media about her. She revealed that it was actually God who helped her realize that Khalif Kairo is her soulmate, or rather it was through prayers that she did realize that Khalif Kairo is the man for her. She advised it is better to pray in the spirit so that these revelations can come to you in the spirit and you can be able to understand.
Question. How did you know Kairo was the one?
Prayers. You pray.
What?
Yes.
No. Wow, thank you for mentioning that. Now,
as we've heard, she urged that it is better to pray in the spirit so that when God speaks to you, you can understand and you can be able to get these revelations in the spirit. From what we've just listened to, we get a different picture of who she is. I remember people had tried to portray her in a different way on social media. So the way people had tried to portray her and what we've just seen, there's a deep contrast right there. She's talking about prayer, she's talking about how prayers helped her and her relationship with Kairo, whereas people have portrayed a different thing on social media. And so that's why we say don't judge everything by what you see on social media, because kwa ground vitu zinaweza kuwa different. In this interview with SPM Baz, she also divulged more about her first date with Khalif Kairo. Khalif Kairo had mentioned their first date last week, saying that it went for 6 hours and they had a really amazing conversation. So she gave us more details by telling us that he was actually the one who picked her up and they got to have a drive in scenic areas, and then after that a romantic dinner somewhere near Carnival, and then as they had the dinner they had an amazing conversation, enjoyed some great music. And during this date, she realized that Khalif Kairo is a very polite and gentle man, which is different from how he portrays himself on the platform X.
Let me see if it's for me. Let me go out on that date. And it was a lovely date. It was a very long, lovely date.
Please tell us a little about that first date.
The date, he actually came and picked me from home. We did a drive. Yeah, we did a drive where we had conversation, a very scenic route, and then we ended up having dinner in Simba. It's called Simba around Carnival.
Wow.
Yeah, and we shared a meal together, and we enjoyed these very African songs. He loves them. And so it was like he's a sign. It's a sign. So we enjoyed the songs. We really got to talk to each other. And when I talked to him, he was actually somebody very different. Actually, when people meet him in person, they're like, he's quite calm, he's quite collected, he's a very respectable person. Yes.
And to the ladies out there who have been asking themselves, how do you get a good man? How do you get to settle down? Cera Imani has given us the answer, and her answer is prayers. In fact, she mentioned that it's not just about looking good. It's not just about actively looking for someone. You have to pray and talk to God and tell God who you want or the kind of person that you want, and let him do the work for you. Let me know whether this is actually something you believe in, or you have a different opinion, or you have something to add on this in the comment section. I have been your girl, Rai Wangari. Always keep it here on BNN, where with the B's, I like to keep it buzzing.